As of February 24, 2025, the Vatican Holy See has announced the health status of Pope Francis. He remains in critical condition due to bilateral pneumonia. However, the patient was transfused with 2 units of red blood cells and responded well, with a significant improvement in hemoglobin levels. The platelet count remains stable. However, some blood tests detected early-stage mild kidney dysfunction, which is currently well managed. High-flow oxygen therapy continues to be administered via nasal cannula. The Pope remains alert, able to eat and drink, and maintains clear awareness. Due to Pope Francis's declining health, the Catholic Church may soon hold an election for a new pope. So who will succeed Pope Francis? Here are the top 5 potential candidates, highly regarded by experts in the field. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle. In 1957, in the Philippines, Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle was a prominent figure in the Catholic Church. In 1982, Father Fong was ordained as a priest and received a doctorate in theology from the Catholic University of America. Cardinal Tagle was ordained as a bishop in 2001 and later became an archbishop in 2011. He was known for his humility, methodical way of life, and his deep connection and commitment to the poor. In 2012, Pope Benedict XVI made him a cardinal. In 2019, Pope Francis appointed him as the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples. A key role in guiding the missionary activities of the Church, he is often seen as a potential candidate for the papacy in the future. Cardinal Tagle is widely respected for his profound theological knowledge, skillful communication, and deep commitment to social justice. Chito has actively participated in many social activities in the Philippines, particularly programs supporting the poor. At the same time, he defended the Catholic Church's stance in opposing abortion, contraception, and what he called practical atheism. Cardinal Peter Edo. Cardinal Peter Erdo is a Hungarian priest, a prominent figure in the Catholic Church. He was ordained as a priest in 1975 and also holds a doctorate in theology and canon law. Cardinal Edo was appointed Archbishop of Budapest in 2002, assuming the role of Hungary's primate. In 2003, Pope John Paul II appointed him as a cardinal. Cardinal Edo made significant contributions to the Church worldwide. He served as president of the Council of European Bishops' Conferences from 2006 to 2016. He is renowned for his deep legal expertise and outstanding leadership skills. Cardinal Edo is regarded as a figure of profound influence, not only in Europe but also across the world. He held a special reverence for Louise's mother. In 2014, during a press conference held at the Vatican, Cardinal Edo has spoken out in protest regarding the idea of allowing divorced and remarried Catholic faithful to receive communion. Cardinal Edo devoted his heart and soul to restoring faith and hope in Hungary. In 1955, Cardinal Pietro Parolin was born in Italy. He currently serves as the Vatican's Secretary of State. He was also an outstanding diplomat of the Catholic Church. After officially becoming a priest in 1980, Cardinal Pietro Parolin began working in the Holy See's diplomatic service in 1986. He has held various positions, including assignments in Nigeria and Mexico. Renowned for extensive expertise in the field of international relations, he played a key role in negotiating the Vatican's diplomatic positions regarding complex issues such as peace in the Middle East and relations with China. In 2013, Pope Francis appointed him as the Vatican's Secretary of State, one of the most important positions in the Holy See, oversee both church administration and external activities. Cardinal Parolin was appointed as a cardinal in 2014. He was also regarded as an outstanding negotiator and a trusted advisor to the Pope. In 2019, Cardinal Parolin spoke out in defense of the agreement between the Vatican and China regarding the appointment of bishops. In 2023, Cardinal Parolin emphasized the importance of dialogue with German bishops. Following the recent vote in favor of blessing same-sex couples, he believes that Pope Francis simply wants to guide the Church in his own way, to become the Church of Jesus. 4. Cardinal Peter Tudson. Cardinal Peter Tudson, born in 1948 in Ghana, is a highly influential figure in the Catholic Church in Africa. After being ordained as a priest in 1975, he continued to pursue in-depth studies in theology and scripture. And then, he became the Archbishop of Cape Coast in 1992. In 2003, Pope John Paul II elevated him to the rank of cardinal. Cardinal Tudson has held several key positions in the Vatican. He served as president of the Pontifical Council for Justice and Peace from 2009 to 2017. He was also the first person appointed to the position of head of the Department of Integral Human Development, a position he held until 2021. Monitor the activities of the Church in areas such as promoting social justice, protecting the environment, and preserving peace. Renowned for advocating human dignity, promoting economic equality, and fostering environmental responsibility, Cardinal Tudson played a key role in advancing the Church's response to address global challenges. In 2009, he once again emphasized the moral non-religious doctrine's teaching on avoiding abortion. At the same time, it must be emphasized that harmful ideologies such as relativism and secular atheism must be eradicated. In 2015, Cardinal Turkson delivered a speech at the pro-life conference organized by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Ghana. In 1945, she was born in the Bohemia region, now part of the Czech Republic. Cardinal Christoph Strombo is an Austrian cardinal and a member of the Dominican order. He studied theology and philosophy in France and Germany before officially becoming a priest in 1970. Cardinal Strombo held many important positions in the Church, including serving as Archbishop of Vienna from 1995. He is widely known for his role as the editor of the Catholic Catechism and his significant contributions to the field of theology. Just like the dialogue between faith and science, Pope John Paul II appointed him as a cardinal in 1998. Cardinal Strombo has made significant contributions to addressing the challenges the Church is currently facing, especially in the fields of pastoral care and interfaith relations. He is also an advocate of pastoral methods that emphasize empathy, tolerance, and a spirit of dialogue, especially in current pressing issues. When the Pope dies or resigns, the leadership of the Catholic Church will be transferred to the College of Cardinals. The cardinals are bishops and high-ranking officials of the Vatican Holy See, selected from various countries around the world. Personally chosen by the Pope, they are easily recognized by their distinctive red attire. Their primary responsibility is to elect a new pope when the incumbent pope dies or resigns. After the papal seat becomes vacant, the cardinals will gather at the Vatican to participate in a series of meetings called the conclave. Within it, they discuss the needs and challenges that the Catholic Church is facing globally. These meetings are crucial in identifying priority issues during the new pope's term. The process of electing the pope, including the conclave and the ceremonies to choose a new pope. When a pope dies or resigns, a highly significant process is set in motion. The election of a new pope is called a conclave. The cardinals will convene at the Vatican to carry out this solemn task under the guidance of the Holy Spirit. From there, determine who will lead the global Catholic Church in the coming period. 1. Standard preparation process for a closed-door meeting. As soon as the position became vacant, the cardinals urgently prepared for the new election. However, only the Pope has the authority to make this crucial decision. The appointment of bishops or the convening of a regular bishops' council must be postponed until a new pope is elected. Previously, within 15 to 20 days after the passing of a pope, the cardinals will gather at St. Peter's Basilica to celebrate Mass and begin the process of electing a new pope through a secret ballot. 2. The curse of the secret ballot. Only cardinals under the age of 80 are eligible to participate in the election, and they are called cardinal electors. The maximum number of cardinals eligible to vote is limited to 120. The cardinals participating in the election will proceed into the Sistine Chapel, the site of the voting process. There, they will recite an oath of absolute secrecy before all entrances are securely sealed. 3. Guarantee process. Each participating cardinal will cast their vote by writing the name of a candidate on their ballot. This ballot will be folded in half and then placed into a large jar. Each election round lasts 1 day and consists of 4 voting sessions. This process will continue until a candidate receives at least 2/3 of the votes from the cardinals. The results of each vote will be publicly announced and meticulously recorded by the 3 appointed cardinals serving as secretaries. 4. In case no candidate obtains 2/3 of the total votes cast. If no candidate receives the required number of votes, the ballots will be burned in the stove placed near the Sistine Chapel. When the ballots are burned, a special chemical is added to produce black smoke, signaling that no new pope has been elected. 5. The newly elected pope. When a cardinal receives at least 2/3 of the votes, the dean of the College of Cardinals will ask him if he accepts the office of the Pope. If the candidate agrees, he will choose a name for himself when he becomes Pope, along with the attire of that Pope. Here is the English translation of your text. 6. Public announcement. When a new Pope is elected, white smoke rises from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel, signaling to the world that the election has been successfully completed. We have a new Pope. After the announcement, the new Pope will bless the city of Rome and the entire world from the balcony, marking the beginning of a new term. Through a solemn and dignified electoral process, the Catholic Church continues to uphold its timeless tradition. Seek a worthy individual capable of leading the global queer community. On March 13, 2013, Pope Francis was elected to the papacy, succeeding Pope Benedict XVI after his resignation. Pope Francisco, whose real name is Trotmario Bergoglio, is the current Pope of the Catholic Church. He was born on December 17, 1936, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, into a family of Italian descent. Pope Francisco had a long-standing career in the Church, beginning in 1969 when he was ordained as a priest. After that, he continuously learned and advanced through various positions, from bishop to archbishop, until he became a cardinal. Pope Francisco made a profound impression from the very moment he was elected. Not only because of his humility and simplicity, but also through his humane policies and messages that he brought to the Church and the world. One of the most remarkable qualities of Pope Francis is his compassionate heart, always close to and sharing with the poor and the unfortunate in society. He continually emphasized the importance of caring for and supporting the poor and the unfortunate lives in society. Not only in material terms, but also in spiritual life. Pope Francis frequently speaks out, urging people to take action to protect the rights of the vulnerable and to combat injustice and discrimination in society. This is clearly reflected in his decisions when calling on Catholic faithful to live harmoniously with love, respect, and compassion. Not only concerned with social issues, Pope Francis also places special emphasis on global challenges such as climate change, environmental protection, and sustainable development. In an important message, he emphasized that protecting nature is a shared responsibility of all humanity and called on nations to join hands in addressing the challenges of our time. Includes pollution and the depletion of natural resources. He publicly supported the Paris Agreement on climate change and actively promoted practical measures to ensure the Church stands alongside initiatives to protect Earth, our common home gifted by God to humanity. Another highlight during Pope Francisco's tenure was the extensive reforms within the Church. He initiated new dialogues on critical issues, such as accepting the divorced and remarried. The adjustment of regulations concerning priestly ordination and the participation of women in the Church. Though not always receiving unanimous agreement from all cardinals and clergy within the Church. But Pope Francisco remained steadfast in pursuing his reform goals, striving to make the Church more approachable and in harmony with modern society. He also pushed for reforms in how the Church addresses sexual abuse. Not only in recognizing and treating victims more fairly, but also in addressing the accountability of offending priests. Pope Francisco always upholds the spirit of peace and encourages dialogue among religions. He had memorable visits to countries with predominantly diverse religious populations, such as the visit to the Middle East and Islamic countries, where he called for peace and interfaith cooperation. Pope Francisco is the first pope in the history of the Church to visit Cuba. There, he met and held dialogues with the country's political leaders. At the same time, this message also aims to mend relations between nations, especially in the context of prolonged tensions between the US and Cuba. However, the terms of Pope Benedict and Francisco were not always smooth. He faced countless challenges, particularly those arising from the internal issues of the Church. The passage mentions sexual abuse scandals, the decline of faith in Western countries, along with internal divisions within churches. But this issue poses significant challenges for the Church. This is also an opportunity for Pope Francisco to demonstrate his steadfast leadership. Faithful to the values of Christ and committed to justice and peace. Pope Francisco's health in recent years has become a major concern. He has been hospitalized multiple times and is currently battling age-related illnesses. This has raised concerns among many about his ability to continue carrying out his duties. Nevertheless, Pope Francisco has always maintained an optimistic spirit and unwavering perseverance. In an ever-changing world, Pope Francisco tirelessly strives to guide the Catholic Church through all challenges. walked the path filled with love, compassion, justice, and peace. He was not only a religious leader, but also a profound thinker. A reformer and an inspiration to millions of followers worldwide, Pope Francisco remained steadfast in upholding and pursuing noble values. Not only did this event impact the Catholic Church, but it also had profound and widespread effects on global society as a whole, contributing to further enriching the humanistic and religious treasury that he has been and continues to construct.